Singh ji, who will be joining us on the stage now. And if I could, I would say it's Brigadier Singh, which, as I just sat with him and found out that he's a friend of my father, who also happens to be an army officer. So my privilege to welcome you to come talk to us, Ji. Let me give you a brief bio of Brigadier Singh ji. He was born in 1932 in what is now called Pakistan and moved to India in 1947. We all know that year. Commissioned into the army as an officer in 1954, and then he retired as a brigadier in 1986. And I just texted my dad saying I met you, and I'm waiting for his text back. He was the general manager of the Indian telephone industries in Bangalore, and now he devotes his time to the study of the scriptures. So he has studied different scriptures, the Gita, the Bible, and the Quran, and he's written numerous articles on Sikhi and comparative religion. And they're on his blog at sadsangat.com. So please check it out at sadsangat.com. And his book on understanding Japji Sahib has been published by Amazon Kindle, so you can download Understanding Japji Sahib right out of Amazon. And of course, it's based on Japji. He has now translated the Sri Guru Granth Sahib, given word-by-word meanings, and also in transliteration. And if I could add a personal note, that it is only through Guru Prasad that something like this is possible. Arjun, you're welcome.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ Sanskrit ji, the subject that I chose for speaking is on Guru Nanak's concepts of practical spirituality guided by truthful living. So the emphasis is on living, emphasis on work. Guru Nanak Sahib in 6th Pauri of Japji Sahib says that Cheti says to upai vekha vinakarma ke mile lei. Let me see if anybody can achieve anything without working for it. It is not any rituals, no dogmas, no superstitions are going to work for saying that I'm going to find God like this way. So it is all practical work. As we go along, we shall study certain things that Guru Sahib has said. And the emphasis always is, you first do a thing in life, and only then you can have peace of mind and have your spirit, have your soul merged with the Almighty. So it is basically the total work in life. We shall study this for not only as a religion, but to see how it affects individuals, interpersonal relations, and interreligious relations. Guru Nanak's religion has been described in the 5th Guru as Nanak ke ghar keval naam. Everything is based on naam. Naam has two forms in Gurbani. Guru Nanak says, Tere naam aneka, roop ananta, kya saka, tere gun ke. Sache Pansha ji, your names are plenty. Your virtues are countless. I just cannot count them. Second, he says is, Eko naam hukum hai, Nanak Sadgur diya bujhaye jiyo. Naam is hukum. So first name was identity, to describe the virtues, describe the activity, whatever gun that we talk about. And second is hukum. So there is naam is gun, virtues, and naam is hukum, that is commands. This is what Guru Nanak Sahib puts it in the Mool Mantra. When he says Eko Omkar, it means one. The digit one, the numeral one says it is the beginning and it is indivisible. Why do we say this? Because many times when we talk about Omkar, Ek Omkar, people try to divide it into three parts as the Hindus try to do, scholars try to do. Om, A-O-U-M. So they say this depicts the trinity of Hinduism, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. Quran says in the Bani Omkar, he says no. Brahma, jada hai, Omkar, Brahma Utpat. Omkar ne Brahma ne banaya hai, so Brahma cannot be Omkar. So that is the thing that we have to understand. And Sat, now, Sat is forever, truth, permanent. Naam is, now, Ajahn Patsha describes Naam to clarify, he says, Kirtam Naam Kathe Tere Jeba, Sat Naam Tera Para Purbala. Kirtam Naam, whatever the things that we say God does, that is Kirtam Naam. So this is the goal, that is how the identity of God comes. Then says, Kirtam Naam Kathe Tere Jeba, Sat Naam Tera Para Purbala. This little bit of grammar is required here. When he said, Tere Naam Aneka Naam Rupa Ananta, there has been many. And Eko Naam the Tale Omkar hai. It is Naam the Tale Omkar hai. So that's what you say is Omkar, it means according to the Gurvani grammar, the Vyakaran, it becomes a single. So one are many, Hukum is one. So when we say, when Guru Sahib says Sat Naam, it is the one Almighty, and that Almighty is what you have been from the time immemorial. So that is the authority, that is the master of the universe, that is Guru Nanak Sahib, how he is telling us about the Almighty, because of, about the, I'll come to it later about the Spirit. So this is one. So second is Sat Naam, Karta Purukh, the Creator, Nirbhav, Nirbhav. What does Nirbhav mean? Nirbhav means that we normally read the translation fearless. But what does fearless mean? In the fourth, the first sloka of the fourth podi of Vasadivar, Guru Sahib says, Pehvich Pano Vehe Sadabhao, Pehvich Challe Lak Dariyao, Pehvich Agan Kade Vega. That is everything, whether it is the air, whether it is the water, whether it is the fire, everything. And then all everything goes about according to the laws of nature. So that is the hukum, becomes the law of nature. That is, they are in fear of you, they obey you. Having said that Guru Sahib later says that every being, Sagle Bhav Likhiya Sirlekh, Nanak Nirbhav Nirankar Satvek. This is what Nirbhav Guru Nanak Sahib is taken in the Mool Mantra. That Nanak Nirbhav Nirankar Satvek. So this Nirbhav, Eko Omkar Satnam Karta Purukh Nirbhav, is that Nirbhav, that is everything is applicable, is liable for the laws of nature, but the Almighty is not. This also, Guru Nanak Sahib says in the 19th podi of Japji Sahib, that he says that Jinne Likhe, Tisse Nahe. Jisne Hukum Likhe hai na, one who has written these orders, these laws of nature which God has made, they don't apply to God. Because God pre-existed the laws when the laws were made. God made the laws. In Asadivar, first podi, Guru Nanak says, Aapine aap sajiyo, Aapine rachiyo now. So this is that now Akal Purukh has made first, created itself. I am saying it. Why I am saying it? I use normally capital I and capital T. Why? Because God is not a person. God does not have physical existence. God is gender free, gender neutral. So we cannot say he, we cannot say she. So I prefer to use IT, that is I capital, T capital for the Almighty. So आपकी नहीं आप साजियो, आपकी नहीं रचियो ना हो, दो ही कुदरत साजिए, कर आसन डिठो जाओ. Then first God created the self, then created the laws, then created the universe. So this is a very logical explanation that Guru Nanak gives for the, this will come into it later because this is under, it will come into science, I have to come covering that. Now this, having said this, nirvair, with no fear, because it's above everything. God is above everybody. Ajuni, Seven, Akal Murat is timeless, deathless. Ajuni, anybody who is born will die. But God is not born. So it is not, it cannot die. So it is Ajuni. Akal Murat. Ajuni doesn't take a form. Seven created the self. In the fifth body of Japji Sahib says, Tapya na jaye, Kita na hoye, Ape aap niranjan soye. God cannot be created, it cannot be made. Otherwise, we will be creating God. This is the amazing object. You know, when we look at this, every type of image that is made, every murti that is made by people. You make it and worship it. No. Tapya na jaye, kita na hoye, ape aap, niranjan soye. Niranjan, anjan is kurma, it is black. It tastes everybody. You touch it, you touch it, you'll be stained by it. God is unstained by the world. Ape aap, niranjan soye. So this is the concept of Mool Mantra, that is, when we say Sikh Omkar, Satnam, and Satnam, we heard the books already released and we will talk, and Naam Simran is Vaheguru, but please understand that what is Guru Sahib saying, what is Guru Bani saying? Satnam, Japan Satnam, Sada Satnam. That Satnam is Hukum. That the Simran is, what is Simran? Simran is, we give something in mind to be used later, to how to run a machine, and what are the directions for the travel in life, that is Simran. So this Simran that Guru Nanak uses in Indian Gurmani or Thotala Gurmani, that Simran is to guide us on the path from birth to death, to merge with the Almighty. So this is the Naam Simran. Jap normally it is taken as, you know, the very heading of the first Vani in Guru Granth Sahib is Jap. What does Jap mean? Jap is not throughout Guru Granth Sahib, as I just quoted from the sixth body. Let me see if anybody can achieve anything by dogmas, by ritual, because this 640 starts with Tirtha Nama, Jeta Sabhava. Says, forget about this, it's not going to work. Yeti says to buy, Vikha, Vinegar, Manke, Milay, Lay. Let me see who can achieve anything without a talk, without anybody worshipping something. So this is how the concept of Naam. Naam is, we are to remember Naam. We are to be motivated to obey now. In fact, Guru Nanak Sahib says this himself on the, in Global, he says, Tere Gurgama De Bujai. Says, Pasha Ji, Meri Samri Deo, give me the understanding of your virtues, get me the understanding of what you do. This will create an awe in me. This will create respect in me. तेरे को नामा दे बुझाई जैसे सच में रह रजाई. So that after that I can remain in obedience to your will. So Naam is not just some symptom, chanting something. It is to be kept in mind as a way of life, as a guide for life. We come to this world for some purpose. It is not that we have just come and we're going to die and go. Everything, for example, as just in 19th Puri, Guru Nanak Sahib says, Cheta Kita, Teta Now, Vinname, Nahi Ko Thao. Whatever is created has a name. A name is identity. It has got a purpose. It has got an aim to achieve. And with that aim, the rules are laid down. What it is to be achieved. It is different for the human beings. It is different for the animals. It is different for the reptiles. It is different for the fish. It is different for the birds. So everybody, the identity is like that, and every identity has rules, laws that are given with it. So this is, we have become this world, what have we come for? Gurbani keh diye, चार पदार्थ ले जग आया, सिख शक्ति घर वसा पाया. You have come here with 4 potentials, 4 instructions that you are supposed to do. You are not just come here to spend time and go away. Whatever those 4? Dharam, Arth, Kam, and Mokh. Dharam is you come, what are your duties that you are supposed to do? Earth is economics. This is economic well-being. It is development. You have come to this world, you got intellect, you got the hands which you can work, you got the eyes which all animals can see, but you got the tongue with which you can praise, which you can learn. So this is, we come here, Dharam, Earth, then Kam. And we are here, we are social beings. Human beings are social animals. So they have desires, they have aspirations. Have them all by all means, enjoy them. But if you are taking for money, if you are doing for pleasures, please don't be possessed by them. Don't get possessed by them. Let them not possess you, they should serve you. You don't serve them. So this is the fourth step, that is the Mokh, that is freedom. So Dharam, Earth, Kam, and Mokh. You will come here, just a few lines I shall quote. You have come to Khana, Pina, Asana, Sauna. विसर गया है मरना. Guru Sahib कहने की आए ना, मजे करो, enjoy yourself, खाओ, you drink, eat, drink, and make merry. But why do people keep doing this and forget death? What is the meaning of death? There are 2 truths in life. 2 truths, they are universal truths. One is God, other is death. God is a permanent, universal, almighty. Death is an event. Both are inevitable. We have to obey God. We have said we are born, we should die. This is all governed by the laws of nature. We cannot choose where we are born, which family we are born, which country we are born, which religion we are born, which color I'm going to have. It's not in my hands. There is a law that when someone is born, what is born will grow, it will learn, he will or she will learn, and finally do the job they're supposed to do, and then pass away. That's the law of nature. There's also a law of nature that it is days, nights. In 2020, 34 of Japji Sahib, Guru Nanak Sahib says Rati, Rutti, Thitti, Var, Paun, Pani, Agni, Patal, this which is Dharti, Thap, Rakhi, Dharmsal. Oh man, this man, the earth on which you exist, another interesting point, anyway, that will come to it later. So this is it, that you are in this environment. You have to, the way these laws are creating everything, you are placed in this environment of laws of the Almighty. You have to obey them, and therefore please do that. So this is how Guru Nanak teaches us. Now I'm coming to get to this. So once the gadget has been khana, pina, sona, sona, visar gaya hai, marana, what going to happen was khasar bisar khasar war khwari kini tariki jeevan nahi rehna. It's a disgraceful life that if you take every resource from the Almighty, but then you forget the Almighty and just say, no, let me enjoy myself, I don't care what's going to happen. There's an old saying in Punjabi, anyway, I think the say Lord said, enjoy yourself here, who's seen the hereafter? But no, you cannot escape it. One has to be accountable. Some people believe in the hereafter, some people don't believe in the hereafter, but nobody can deny the accountability. That the accountability of what you do has to be done, has to be taken into mind. Having said this, then Buddha said, what's the answer? What should we do? Could one say, Nanak Sadguru kehtiye, puri ho gayi jugat, asandiyan, kedandiyan, painandiyan, khavindiyan, viche ho gayi mugat. You can do all this, but still have mukti. Only case is, don't get possessed by what you do in life. Let them serve you, you don't serve them. So this is what the introduction or the initial thing that Guru Nanak said is. The subject, as I said, was the truthful living. Guru Nanak says this, कि सच्चो ओरे सबको ऊपर सच आचार मीठा we hear about it and we talk about it. मन है बुद्धि कहतियाँ, कहते वेद विचार, कहते बंधन जी के, गुरमुख मोख द्वार, सच्चो ओरे सबको ऊपर सच आचार. People, मन है बुद्धि कहतियाँ, people talk with what they think is right. What I think is right, I will do that. But Gurmani says कि बुरा भला किस आपस के जाने या यही सदर बेकारा. I know what is good. I know what is bad. He says that is the basis, that is the root of all evil. Then because you will not care for any rules, you will not care for anything and just keep doing. So one has to keep in mind that I have to submit to the rules, and that's the rules in life. We come here and we bring Naam with us, that's the hukum, that is told to us, and we forget. This is, but it's not to be forgotten, because if it's forgotten, then the problem arises. Guru Nanak says, Ayo sonan padne ko bani, Naam bisar lage anlalaj. We get attached with other interests. We forget Naam, we forget what we have for. If they bitha janam parani, and we waste this human birth, waste this human life, in which we could find God. Sacho ore sabko upar sach achar. Above all these, everything that you do in life is such achar. Such achar is acting properly, and in this Vani tells us what is to be done. So, Guru Sahib says कि काम क्रोध, sorry, just a minute. काम क्रोध माया मत बंसर, एक खेल सब जुए हारे. Give up lust. We're not talking about love in the family. We're talking about lust. Lust means greed for power, greed for money, greed for everything. That's the desires. So that is Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Matsar. Matsar is backbiting. It is the slander of people. The slander defiles your mind, it spoils your mind all completely, and therefore give it up. Kaam krodh maya mat matsar, ek khel sab juए हारे, Sat Santokh Daya Dharm Sach. Sat is sharing with others. Santokh is happy, being happy with the divine commands. And Sat Santokh Daya, compassion for the people. This should be kept in mind. So this is the life and the guidance that Gurbani gives on living. There are, if we see practical examples in life, let's start from the very mundane ones. Love. Guru Nanak Sahib says, in fact, the second Guru, ek nahi aski, duje lage jaye. What sort of love is it, if you look elsewhere? Nanak asked Gandhi, sati rahe samaye. Maintain your love, maintain your attachment, maintain yourself, keep your balance. Then Guru Nanak Sahib says, Tan per e na aakhiye, bain ikattha doye, bain ikatthe hoye, ek jot, doye murti, tan per kaiye soye. There be two bodies, but one soul, one spirit. So that is how we have to, the family life should be. That is what is the truthful living. If you are in employment, taking too long. So, having said this, let's get on to this other issue that I wanted to cover, is about the Gurbani and science. Normally it is taken that Gurbani and science are in two different worlds. But if we just try to understand what is science? Science is observation of the laws of nature through observing the phenomena in nature. If you observe the phenomena in nature, you observe the pattern and you call them the laws of nature. This law of nature, Gurbani calls hukum. All religions call it hukum, but everything goes by the laws of nature. And science calls it the laws of science. So there is really no conflict. If we, the only thing is, science doesn't want to look at religion, religion doesn't want to look at science, then this problem arises. We can then lead a life of complete harmony. I was just mentioning earlier that Guru Nanak gives a very logical sequence of creation of the world. He says, Guru Nanak Sahib ने पहले अपने आप ने बनाया, आपके ने आप साजियो आपके ने रचियो नाओ, दो ही कुदरत साजिए कर आसन बैठो चौ. Then he said that time the human case is not made at first time. Why? Because human beings, they need water, they need air, they need food. So when it says, these things were created, and later you created the human beings. So human beings must be thankful to God that everything has been done this one. Now if this thing is followed like this, then we come to a situation where we can say that the harmony that we are looking for is achieved. Guru Nanak Sahib, Gurbani says, you chati sital, man sukhi, chant ko bind gun gaye, aisi kirpa karo prabh, Nanak das dasaye. Please, meri chati thandi rahe, let me be at calm, let me have no rancor with anybody, let me have no slander of anyone, and after that, let me be at peace. Chati sital, man sukhi, how does it achieve? Guru Gobind Gun Gao, aisi kirpa karo prabh, Nanak das dasaye, let me be the servants of these your servants, and that's the way I can achieve this. This is, I shall finish here. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Lots of questions. Thank you so much, Brigadier Saab. Now, there are lots of questions, so again apologize. I'm going to choose a few that seem to capture the essence of the talk. The first one is, if God is gender neutral, then why do most parts in Gurbani that talk about a harmonious life talk about us in the female gender?
No, where's female gender we don't talk about?
Because if you, it goes on to say, examples in Gurbani are that we are the wife, we have to win the heart of husbands.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you see, let's see one thing. स्वर्ण मंडलिक में एक जोगी बैठे, नार नपुरुष कहो कौन कैसे? The Almighty is in a one stable state. Swर्ण मंडल in a very stable state. Naar Napuruk is neither woman nor man. So it's not, there's no gender. Why is this used like they say that the wife and husband relationship is used as a metaphor for the soul and the Almighty. With the जैसे सब में जोत है सोए, जिससे चानन सब में चानन हुए. So this जोत inside in us, this one has to become with God. And how does it come? जिस वक्त जोत चढ़ी है ना, this जोत becomes like the supreme जोत. जब में जोत है सोए, सब में जोत है सोए. तो एक जोत चढ़ी है, one is that supreme spirit, and this becomes the Atma or the rule. And Guru Nanak Sahib says, Atma Pratma eko kare, antar ki dubda antar mare. Atma and Pratma make them the same. Overcome ego, obey the laws, you became like the Almighty. Jinnah say now, say Kaneya, Peda Jano Mool, sign Jaya. Just if you obey God, then you will be like God. And so the way the wife after marriage goes to husband, the soul after death of the body goes to God. That is why it is the soul is revealed as female and God is God as male.
Thank you for that. Another quick question. If we come to the world to fulfill our duties, how do we know what is our duty?
First body of Jati said, Guru said, कि सियारा होइए कि कूड़े टूटे पाल हुक्म रजाई चलना नानक लिखिया नाल. It is within you. It is in your conscience. You have to look within. Only when you look within, you will be able to know what is my task. In any case, who teaches the bird to fly? Who teaches the fish to float? Who teaches the child to walk after getting a little support? How does the child immediately after born, after the mother tries to feed, he starts taking the feed from the mother's breast? See, it is all within us. It comes. Only thing is we have to reflect on within us as to say, everything is inside. We have to be conscious of it, and then that consciousness comes only if we drive out other ideas. If we keep other ideas, then this norm remains masked inside.
Thank you for that. Probably you've covered this in your talk, but it'd be good to hear it again. If we believe Vaheguru created everything, then do we believe in evolution?
Evolution is what? Evolution is growth. Evolution, you start from something, but the science evolution is different. This evolution is different. In science evolution, you say even you take from something from that. In the book on evolution, the origin of species, when we read, the author first criticizes to say that how can a complicated thing like the eye be made by evolution? But then he says, but I think if you let sufficient time, allow sufficient time to go, then it will go. For God's sake, is the eye going to see partly initially? If it is evolution, is the relationship, the reproductive systems of the male and the female body, who made them to match each other? No, it is not. It is all done by the Almighty, and with that the things happen.
With that, I know we have really enjoyed this talk. Thank you so much, Brigadier Sahab. And a brief jayakara. Jo bole so Vai, vai, vai.